Today was the 2017 Q1 earnings call, and it didn't disappoint for news. Here are your Tesla tidbits for May 4th, 2017. The Q1 2017 earnings call and investor letter were released today, and I've got your highlights. We'll start with the financial side. As we already knew, Tesla set a new quarterly record for deliveries, but we didn't know the exact number until today, putting cars in 25,051 customers' hands. On the production side, the company produced 64% more vehicles year over year. On top of this, they also set a quarterly revenue record, bringing in $2.7 billion using GAAP measurements. However, it wasn't enough to overcome charges from the SolarCity acquisition and other expenses, and the company lost $2.04 per share. Going forward into the next quarter, the delivery guidance remains unchanged at 47,000 to 50,000 deliveries year-to-date at the end of quarter 2. Because of the uncertainty around exactly how many Model 3s they can roll off the lines at the beginning of production, they won't provide second-half delivery guidance until July. On to the Model 3. First off, Elon again reiterated that Model 3 is on track for July production. The U.S. will get production priority, and per Elon, quote, most Model 3 deposit holders, end quote, should receive the full U.S. tax credit. Looking to the production lines, the Schuler press that was a concern some weeks ago has been powered on, and they're beginning the commissioning process for it. The general assembly, body welding, cell, module, battery pack, and drive unit lines are all moving along nicely, and the paint shop is complete. Speaking about the release candidates on the road, Elon said that none are showing any issues that would require major changes for final production. Elon even elaborated that he's unaware of any issues with any suppliers at this point in time, which was the biggest worry in my opinion and is huge news. Lastly, Elon was really driving home the point that the Model 3 isn't and was never meant to be an upgrade over Model S. While he did say that from a technology standpoint, both cars are essentially Model S version 4.0, he bludgeoned us with the fact that from a features and performance standpoint, the Model S will always be the king of the road. That said, the demand for Model 3 is enormous. Elon has already said in the past that they're essentially anti-selling the Model 3 right now. He was asked when this would change, and after pondering for a moment, he responded that it would be about 6 to 9 months. Model Y got a fair bit of love in the conference call, believe it or not. Elon mentioned that the goal was to release Model Y in either 2019 or 2020. He did note that the 2019 date would be a fairly ambitious time frame to get this done, so I'd be looking at 2020 as the likely time frame there. In addition, with all the talk of the building the machine that makes the machine, Elon said that while the Model 3 is much more efficient to build than either Model S or Model X, it's Model Y that will truly benefit from this effort. And it will need to, as it was revealed that it would be built on an entirely new platform. So it won't take a cue from its bigger brother that borrowed from Model S, it's going to have its own setup entirely. Elon noted that the Model S wiring harness was 3 kilometers long, the Model 3 harness was 1.5 kilometers long, and the design for the Model Y is to have a harness that is only 100 meters long. The analysts on the call tried to get what they could out of Elon on the Semi, but largely failed. However, they did yank one rather curious tidbit out of him. As it turns out, the Semi is built mostly from Model 3 parts. The company is definitely trying to get super efficient, but I'd never have guessed that the same motors powering Model 3 would power the Semi. Lastly, Tesla has taken to heart the body shop and service criticism they've received and will open their own body shops later this year. In addition, they plan to add another 100 mobile repair trucks this quarter. But if you do have to take your car in for service, the goal is to have a loaner fleet that is always, quote, the very best version of the vehicle available, end quote. In other words, the goal is to have P100D loaners for both Model S and Model X to give to folks needing them. That's it for today's show. You can find all of today's source material on Tesla's investor relations site at ir.tesla.com. This show operates on a value-for-value model. If you get some value out of what I do each day, please consider supporting me at patreon.com/TeslaTidbits. Many thanks to super patrons John Walthour, Drew Schuyler, Cookie UK, John Waller, and Mark and Sarah Thomas for supporting the show at the $10 plus level. If you have nothing extra to spare, it's no big deal. If you could take some time to share your positive feedback and or subscribe on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or other services across the internet, it would be greatly appreciated. Lastly, if you're in the market for a Tesla, you can get yourself $1,000 off while supporting the show and super patron Drew Schuyler by using the referral link ts.la/Andrew1233. That's it for today. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits. I'll see you all back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.